guns we got. Handguns.
Now these are handguns?
Give me 1 second.
All right.
Now are you a hunter?
Yes. I'm getting back into it.
Cool. Now most of your customers hunt?
I'm just now getting to where I can physically. I got hit head on by a drunk driver January 2020.
Oh my God, we hate drunk drivers.
Yeah, I do too.
One killed my friend Christopher Bunag. He was cycling. She ran him over, killed him. What happened to you?
I was driving through Clinton on a Thursday night. A drunk driver come on my side of the road, hit me head on at 73 mile an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone.
When was
What do you
this?
think?
Be a good one. It's a good
When
one.
was
Yeah, I
this?
put that with it.
Make sure. That's got QDs. That's not going to work on that one.
I just realized that when you showed me.
That's not what I was thinking of.
They already got the clips on it.
Look at the Bob eye view.
Hey, stranger, how you doing?
I'm not fine. How you doing?
Good.
Now what's your...
I'm
I think this is.
I'm giving him some work to do.
Some work to do?
Yeah, I gotta scan some medical records so I can email them to the State Department.
Is this your son?
This will work.
Yeah.
Say hi to YouTube.
Hello.
Ah.
I don't think Adrian's seen him since he was about yay tall. Yeah, I just got back from Iraq Thursday night.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Loving the new State Department job.
He works, go with the State Department.
Well, that's good.
She worked, who did you work for? DOE? Or, no, who did you?
Oh, I got my degree in law enforcement and I quit immediately.
Okay.
I said, hell no, I ain't working there. The hell I look like? Then I got the medical degree after that. That job is not for me. What do I look like? Handcuffing people. Unless it's in the bedroom. You know? But I'm widowed, so I don't do any of that stuff anymore.
Her husband killed me.
I'm a born-again virgin.
Yeah, I just got done taking him to vote. Yeah.
Who'd you vote for? I'm taking a poll across
Oh, did you vote
America.
down here? Down at,
Over at the county fairground, the county fair
oh, in
building.
Clinton?
Yeah.
For the local or the federal?
Hey,
Who did you vote for? What's your name?
I'm Dimitri.
Dimitri, who'd you vote? Is it your first time?
Yep, first time I was turned old enough, or I turned 18 last year, and so just in time for this year's.
Are you
And
willing?
I-
Are you
and
willing to say who you voted for?
Yeah, so I'll go for the presidential tickets. I'm sure that's the one everyone cares about. I ended up going for Miss Harris.
Okay.
Oh, no, you can't do that now.
It's too late, Bob. It's too late.
send them to school, you educate them, they still get brainwashed.
There are some things that I disagree with her on. I do.
First of all, she can't tell the truth. She tells more lies than and she's brought all the foreigners in this country that's taking our jobs.
So I would be inclined to say that the Trump and Vance lie more. I would reference you back to the Springfield. They outright claim that they fabricated that. A lot, and the Haitians in Springfield, a lot of them are here legally, either through natural immigration or they were given protected status after the environmental disasters in Haiti.
Oh, he's gonna run them all up and send them back. See, millions of the people's come in here. 5 countries took all their jail people. They eliminated their people in jail. The hardened criminals that were sent for life, they emptied their jails and sent them to this country. That is the several million people that's come into this country. Our damn president now and this lady she voted for, and they brought them in here for votes. The only reason they brought them in here is to get votes.
Legally, though, they would need to pursue citizenship first. They would need to be given citizenship.
Yeah, you're right. They should. But they didn't. The first thing they came in, they gave them an exam and handed them a voter's card.
So there is
Immediately.
no,
They
there is
didn't have to do
no,
anything for a voter's
there
card.
is no voter's card. So voters registration, I went through and did this. So now I know how they verify the point system. I went in
You know why
and
you
I
had,
pulled
you
out.
know why you had to do it? Because you're an American citizen. If you'd come from another country in here, they immediately gave it to you. Right to vote.
So to vote, you have to go online and sign up and put in your own
And that's the
information.
lady that you voted
Your
for
place of
that's
residence.
done that.
Except she didn't hold office.
I love
and
it.
they were supposedly brought in. She's just in the vice presidential position. The vice president cannot make executive orders. The vice president does not have concierge votes. The only thing the vice president does is in situations where the president is incapacitated. In situations.
Let him get an opinion from someone that isn't his father and see why. I'm offering him broadening
So, in
his
cases
knowledge
where the
base.
president becomes incapacitated, they are to temporarily assume their duties, or in cases where the
I
president.
know what all that is,
And
but
it-
she has told more lies. About every word out of her mouth is a lie.
So I would further up and say, could you cite one of these lies? Well, a specific lie. Because getting down to the weeds of specifics, I gave you the specific lie on the Haitian immigrants in Springfield. That turning out to not be the case. I can even cite police reports. I went through on the night they brought that up, and I went through. The lady who ate the cat was a resident of Springfield, and she has had a record with the local. It wasn't Springfield. It was a county near Springfield. I'm trying to remember what the name of the county is. It's slipping my mind now, but it was specifically Springfield. The place Springfield came up was from a separate a separate incident in Florida, in Jacksonville, Florida, in a neighborhood called Springfield, where a man who was stealing neighbors' cats, he was apprehended by police and the cats were returned to the
Stealing
neighborhood.
cats, why?
No idea. He was just a white dude out in broad daylight, catching them in a blanket and running off them.
Maybe he was hungry.
Maybe he was wanting,
Or he was
maybe he was wanting
hungry.
to traffic the
You
cat
probably
because
know
they're.
kind of cat trafficking.
Yeah, there are cases where people will steal the cat and then sell them to someone else. Yeah, just for a quick buck. It's despicable. It's
Oh,
disgusting.
we're selling everything now.
Everything.
We're selling
Yeah.
everything.
Hey, even I'm for sale, guys.
But so the Springfield case turned out to be a woman who she was a legally born resident. She had a record with the Springfield police as far back as 2012 when she filed a report with them over a cash theft at her school. There were then when back in 2017 was her first adult criminal prosecution I could find. I could not find. I might have been looking in the wrong place. I didn't go back to. I didn't look at the juvenile records where she might have had a run-in with the police or was struck from a record. But the earliest time where she had a run-in where she was detained by the police was back in 2017, and she has had a string of petty thefts and failure to meet trial and violations of parole. She is not an immigrant. She's just a local troublemaker in the county. I believe Scott County. Scott County, I think was the name. Yep. So that was patently a lie. The Haitian immigrants are there legally. A lot of them have pursued and gotten full citizenship. They've gone through the process. They are now citizens of this country, just the same as any other. I would also like to point out recently, and I understand that the Republican Party have been, or at least the Trump campaign, have itself the comedian and the joke he made about Puerto Rico, about it being a floating trash heap in the ocean, and kind of implying that Puerto Ricans are not Americans. Puerto Ricans, while Puerto Rico is not a state, it is an American territory. They are American citizens. They can legally, under American law, move anywhere in the country, and once they have maintained residence for however long the state, the individual states dictate you need to have residence in that state to vote in its elections, they can vote. They are full citizens. They are natural born. They are afforded nearly every right that American citizens. Being protectorate, when you get down in the weeds, there are certain state programs that do not apply to protectorate territories, but
I have a question. Are they going to legalize the weed?
I don't know. So weed has been legalized in at least capacity federally. It's now a problem where certain states and their state laws are getting in the way, and that's a state-by-state issue. I see no problem with the usage of it medicinally. I don't know enough about the usage of it recreationally to speak on it, but from what I've seen about its medicinal uses, it has its uses as an alternative to painkillers.
What about recreational use?
I would say recreationally, if you want to do it, learn the effects, learn what you can about it, and then if you're fine with whatever, go for it. It's, again, that's your choice.
And one last question. How do you feel about the trans and them giving them medications in the schools without the parents' knowledge?
So, in a lot of the cases, medication in schools is something that patently has to happen with parent knowledge, as well as a lot of transition medications need a doctor's prescription. There are very few over the counter, and a lot of the time they're not even specifically transition medications. They are medications that can be used in other senses, specifically puberty blockers. There are situations where puberty blockers are necessary for the health of the child.
Do you think it's normal to block puberty?
There are situations where the puberty can happen prematurely, or where I'm trying to remember, it can interfere with other treatments the child is receiving. Because I had a friend, he needed steroid shots because of an imbalance with his hormones causing his puberty to progress incorrectly. So they were having to medicate to basically help that happen in a way that is normal and healthy.
But the parents knew.
The parents
I'm
knew.
talking about
To have these medications, there needs to be a prescription.
not where I live,
Ah,
not at the
so
schools.
She lives in California.
okay, so that's California. I can't sort of speak on
They give you
California.
birth control, they give you blockers.
So the California school system is, again, I've never gone.
Totally different.
Totally different.
I'm
State-
curious as to what you thought. If you have a child right now and send it to school,
Not
how would you feel in high school if they gave it blockers?
now.
We're calling it it.
If this was something my
'Cause you
child
can't call it a he or she anymore.
if this was something my child had voiced to me about wanting to, I would be supportive of them. I would like this, I would like the school system to at least consult me. Although I do get there are situations where there are children who feel they cannot trust their parents with these things, and there are a myriad of reasons why a child feel they might not trust their parents beyond this. Again, child abuse happens. It's awful. It's something we need to be aware of. Being a child's parent does not make you infallible. There are people who abuse that power dynamic. There are some people who I feel do not deserve to. There are people who do not deserve to have ultimate power of their child's life.
Okay, final question. Bob, what are your pronouns? Oh, you first.
All right.
Pronoun.
What are your pronouns?
I'm a he, him, male. I identify as what I was born as. I'm fine with anyone identifying as long as it's not something completely outlandish. There is a degree of.
Can you explain what pronouns are?
So
Because Bob doesn't understand this.
pronouns are just grammatically how you refer to people. He, him, they, them, she, her, we. Some people can choose with the gender pronouns to identify as something beyond their birth. The they, them is fine. If someone prefers to be referred to as that, that's their choice. I'm fine to abide by that. If someone wants to, is a male, wants to be referred to as she, her, if is a female, wants to be referred to as he, him, I'm fine with that.
Do you have friends that go by they instead of he?
Specifically, I don't have any that go by they, but I do have a couple friends who I identify as the opposite sex, and that's fine.
So what's their pronoun?
So I know one who is a he, him, and I know one who is a she, her, and that is their.
Oh, you just make a switcheroo.
They didn't trade. No, they didn't trade like Pokemon cards. These happen independently.
Pokemon. That's great. That's a great.
But yeah, so they have decided, and they want to at some point transition when they feel they are financially well enough to be able to pay for the care they would need to do that, and I would support them with that, even if I am not in a situation where I understand what's going on internally, but if
Yeah, me neither.
it's.
I can't imagine.
We can't understand
around
everyone.
that.
We can understand to a point.
We're
We
all
can't-
people. We're all the same.
We can't know what anyone
Except-
thinks, but we can at least understand what they. We can try.
Absolutely. We're all human
I
beings.
have some gay friends, and what I always do, I have a gay friend and all, I go up and shake his hand, and I'll tell him, we can shake hands, we can stand and talk, but if you ever lay your hand on me as a sexual thing, I'll put your ass
Yeah.
on the ground immediately.
And that's something.
And none of them have ever crossed that boundary.
Boundaries are important.
Boundaries are
setting-
important.
Setting boundaries.
But you don't touch to be, because I am.
Wait, take your fist like this and go with the camera. This is what I do. I go,
I'm
boom.
most anti-gay. I mean, I'm a
Yeah.
most American guy that you'll ever meet or see.
Yeah, you're-
But
He's
and-
more American than you, he says.
But
All right,
but-
you guys. Well,
But I have to.
That's fine, but you
I've
know.
been to their house. I've been to parties with them. They've been to parties at my house. As long as they don't touch me or at a party, any friend.
Yeah, and that's important.
That's important. Limits the house.
With friends and strangers, to set
But now
boundaries.
when-
I
when
just report the
people
news,
go
you
home
guys.
and they can do anything they want to do. I don't care.
It's
But just don't do it. with
It's
me
just
in
the
my
same.
house.
You wouldn't go up and touch some
Yeah.
random woman in a weird way, so please don't. And that's setting boundaries with
They
not just
don't
your
do
friends,
that
but
anyways.
your colleagues and your even strangers in some cases.
how do you feel about the bathrooms?
Don't even start with bathrooms.
Well,
The bathrooms where you go, the men's or the women's. Which one do you use?
I use the men's room.
Which one do you use?
Men's room.
Okay. Well, because they're making a switch.
Yeah, that's.
Do you want women in your bathroom?
I understand the fear of people who use that, who are simply using that as an excuse to get into places.
Or
to do things
jail?
they
If you
shouldn't.
went to jail, do you want women in there?
Gosh, that's the whole.
Well, this one here is ACDC. This one here don't say men or women.
Oh, then you support everybody.
Yeah,
That's
this
the
one, this
whole-
one here.
This is perfect. This is how you guys
see, right
should do
here.
it. This is how we do
This
it.
right here means ladies can come in here, and this means
That's
this is why it all.